Class 10, Unit 6, Prose, The Last Lesson by Alphonse Daudet. Short answers. 1. What kind of news was usually put up on the bulletin board? All bad news like lost battles, the draft, the orders of the commanding officers came from the bulletin board. 2. What was the usual scene when school began every day? There was a great bustle of opening and closing of the desk. Lessons are repeated in unison loudly, and the teacher's ruler rapped on the table. 3. Other than the students who were present in the class, the villagers, the old Hauser, the former mayor, the former postmaster, and several others were present in the class. 4. Why did M.Hamel say it was the last French lesson? An order has come from Berlin to teach only German in the schools of Alsace and Lorraine, and the new master would come the following day. 5. What was Franz asked to tell? Was he able to answer? Franz was asked to tell the rule for the participle. Franz was not able to answer. 6. Why did Mr. Hamel blame himself? Mr. Hamel often sent Franz to water his flowers instead of learning his lessons. And when he went for fishing, he gave him a holiday. 7. What did M.Hamel say about the French language? M.Hamel said that French was the most beautiful language in the world, the clearest, the most logical, and that they must guard it and never forget it. 8. How many years had M.Hamel been in the village? M.Hamel had been in the village for 40 years. 9. Why did Franz dread to go to school that day? M.Hamel had said he would question them on participles, and he did not know the first word about them. 10. What were the various things that tempted Franz to spend his day outdoors? The warm and bright light, the chirping sound of the birds at the edge of the woods, and the sight of Prussian soldiers. 11. Why was the narrator not able to get to his desk without being seen? The school was unusually calm. His classmates were already in the places. 12. What was Franz sorry for? Franz was having his last French lesson on that day. Mr. Hamel was moving out of the village the following day. He had not learned to write French in spite of Mr. Hamel's hard efforts to teach him. 13. Why was the old villagers sitting in the last desk? The old villagers had come there to attend Mr. Hamel's last lesson, as it was their way of paying respect to the master for his 40 years of faithful service. 14. What were the thoughts of the narrator's parents? The narrator's parents preferred to send him to work on a farm or at the mills so as to have a little money. They did not wish him to study. 15. Why does M.Hamel say that we must guard our language? When people are enslaved, holding fast to their language, it is like having the key to their prison. 16. M.Hamel was gazing at many things. What are they? Mr. Hamel gazed at the garden, the tall walnut trees, and the grapevine that climbs about the windows to the roof and the desk and benches of the class. 17. When and how did M.Hamel bid farewell to the class? The moment the church bell rang 12, Mr. Hamel stood up very pale. He took a piece of chalk and wrote "Long live France" in French, "Vive la France," and dismissed the class with a gesture with his hands. Paragraph answer. Franz reached the school late. Hamel, the teacher, had put on his ceremonial clothes. Alsace and Lorraine fell into the hands of Prussians. They wanted German to be taught in schools. There were villagers in the classrooms. It would be the last French lesson, but German would be taught because of invasion. He felt sorry for not teaching French. He had sent the children away. The clock struck 12. The school was dismissed. Hearty thanks to Mrs. N. Sumati, BT Assistant English, GHS, Segam Palayam, Tirupur District, and Mr. N. Enoch Prabhu, BT Assistant English, GHS, Pudukulam, Thuthukudi District. To err is human, to forgive divine. D. Brinda, GHS, Melpattampakkam, Kadalur District. Thank you.